This is crazy because the Backrooms movie just released and so many people are confused about the ending, so let me explain what really happened. There will be massive spoilers involved in this video, so save this video and come back later. There's a lot of hidden themes and messages in the movie, so it's easy to become lost inside this world. Very much so, because what makes the Backrooms so good is the uncertainty inside the dimension. But what does the ending actually mean? At the very end of the movie, we see Clark go absolutely insane, which reveals his insecurities and his own personal life struggles. And when he's holding Mary hostage at the kitchen table, this is him accepting his life and liking the life that he actually has, when in reality, deep down, he doesn't like this life at all. Since the outside world brings Clark so much pain, he actually loves what the Backrooms has to offer. In a way, he has full control of what he does in the Backrooms, but Mary actually gets through to him once again, which eventually leads to Clark untying Mary, and the entity wants nothing to do with that. In the process of untying Mary, the Captain Clark entity pulls up into the room. The entity doesn't like how Clark is accepting Mary into this life, and the entity is basically a display of Clark's worst traits and personalities, basically someone of full anger, and that's why we see the copy of Clark's wife run to the wall and start banging on it, because that shows us that the ex-wife was scared of Clark, and it also gives us a glimpse in Clark's mind. But back to the pirate cosplaying entity, because he didn't like Clark's decision and actually decided to eat him. Luckily enough, Mary was untied at this point and could run away, and she found herself in a copy of Clark's store. After defeating the entity away and doing some damage, she finds herself in an async lab. The only reason why she got saved here is because of that lab outpost in the first place. And you might think to yourself, why was there an outpost here? And it's quite simple, because you see here, we see Phil, who works at the lab in this movie time and time again, and when he's watching TV with his family, he sees Clark on a commercial, and he also saw Clark to begin with in the Backrooms from the camera that he set up. A couple minutes later though, we get the conversation between Phil and Mary's asking the question over and over again if she's going to be able to live, or in other words, just leave async because she doesn't want to be trapped here for her life. And Phil never answers that and basically just keeps saying that he has no control over what they do. The interrogation eventually leads to a final shot of Mary sitting in a chair, very distorted. This is a twisted copy of Mary inside the Backrooms, and now the Backrooms understands Mary a lot more. But the thing that is so appealing about this ending is that you can interpret it in so many different ways, one of which I do think Mary escaped and returned to the real world, and then her copy is the one in the Backrooms that is going to be there forever. But I also like to believe that that is the real Mary sitting in that chair, because you know how deranged that would be. Not only that, but what if the interrogation Mary was actually the Backrooms copy to begin with? But yeah, I think the more that you sit with this ending, the more possibilities that you can come up with. And honestly, isn't that what the Backrooms is all about? Let me know though, did you guys enjoy the Backrooms movie?